Hello. Why 30 and 40-year-olds need to work on brain health? Well, actually, it already starts in your mid 20s. What would you say? Well, the decline in a lot of your capabilities, your strength, your cognitive abilities, your mobility, and possibly even your sanity, that is a very slow declining process which already starts by mid 20s, 30s, 40s, and it lasts until your old age. But it starts already much, much sooner than we expect. So by the time we experience problems with strength, with mobility, with dementia, with all kinds of age related diseases, and we start noticing it maybe in our 60s or 70s or 80s, we are already too old. The process has proceeded too much, and there's not much you can do about it. Of course, there are things which you can still do in your old age, but that process, that aging process, that declining process of your capabilities already started by the end of your 20s, in your 30s, and in your 40s. What does that mean? That means that you have to start working on those things in your 20s, 30s, and 40s before it's too late. And it's really necessary. It's not only necessary for your health, but also for your capacity to find new work, for your capacity to contribute to society, to help change your society. Because if your brain health is not in order, and if you are not functioning at the top level of your possibilities, then your contribution is going to be negligible. Yeah, it's not going to be very high. Yeah. If now through for any you can call corona, but there are many other reasons. If you lost your job, or maybe your type of profession no longer exists, you need to retrain yourself. You need to go to a different career. All of those things are only happening, and you can do that if you have kept your brain in working order, if you have tuned your brain to the level that you can use it, and you can keep on using it, and you can continuously change it in order to do what you want it to do. Another condition for brain health is that you need to stop, and basically part of it is of your own and part of it is from other, the suppression of your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical capabilities. And in other videos I've been talking about how in our society it's been the norm that a lot of these capabilities have been suppressed. We're not allowed at school, at work, to think outside of the box. Our emotions, we're supposed to suppress them. We're supposed not to listen to them. Actually, that suppression has the biggest impact on your health and on your well being. Suppression of your emotions. That's really a terrible thing to do. Hmm? But also your spiritual capabilities, your energy. It's yeah, people don't listen to it. But even sometimes your physical capability, if you're by sitting all day like this behind the screen, that's terrible for your body. Hmm? So brain health is very important. You need to start at a young age already, and more work on prevention rather than kind of damage control. But you also can, there that unconditioning, what I just mentioned, is extremely important, because by removing that suppression of your things, yeah, a whole new world will emerge for you, and you will notice that you can do and feel much better than you ever were. Yeah, so unconditioning is number one. But there are other things which you also need to do. Yes, I say need to do. They're not nice to haves, or like, oh, only when I have time. No, it's the food you eat. You need to eat healthy, not processed, organic food. There have been studies showing that there's so much pesticides in a lot of food that it creates Parkinson's. And not Parkinson again, it's not only a disease of old people. There are even patients of 13-year-old with Parkinson. There are a lot of farmers who get Parkinson because they spray these pesticides on your food. So you need to eat food which is not polluted, which is not poisoned. You need to keep on doing your exercise. Yeah? Preferably some kind of endurance, some kind of strength exercise, walking, biking, yeah? Things which are, a lot of these things are really easy to do. But again, if you started it at a later age, it becomes very difficult, and you don't like doing that, whatever. But you have to make it a habit. Lifelong learning is something which you can do. Hmm? Yeah, maybe you are now in a position that you have to learn something new. But if you are in your 40s, and the last time you learned something new was when you were 18, then it becomes kind of challenging. Yeah, and a lot of the things which are happening in the world right now become as a surprise to you because you didn't get yourself up to date. So lifelong learning is also important. And last but not least, which is crucial for your brain health, is that you get out of your comfort zone, is that you work on challenges. Well, the world is full of challenges. And not only the world, it's your city, it's your community, it's maybe your family, it maybe your company, whatever. There, yeah, and think about the climate. Yeah? It needs every one of us with a very bright brain, yeah, to work on these challenges. Hmm? And the good thing about that is, by working on these challenges, which are not easy, which are sometimes even downright hard, hmm, you keep your brain in very, very good working order, and that has a huge impact on your health. So brain training brain training for trailblazers is a necessity. It's not a nice to have. So I hope you start working on that as well. Have fun.